When you open Excel, this is what you'll see. This is the basic spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is a series of columns and rows on a sheet. Each column is represented by a letter or series of letters, and each row is represented by a number. Where each column and row meet is called a cell. So if we click on this one, that's row B, that's column B, row 3, so that cell is going to be B3. Same with this one, column F, row 5, that's F5. The name of the sheet is sheet 1 that we're working on at the moment. We can add a sheet by clicking this icon. That's sheet 4. We come back to sheet 1. If we want to change the name of sheet 1, we just right click on there, rename. We're going to call it first. Okay. Now the cells can contain a variety of data. At the moment we're going to put in the costs of various items and the date that they were purchased. So we're going to put in what's called a label, which is just text, so the date. And we put in a date, so that's 7/7/2012. Press enter, and you'll notice that it immediately recognizes the date. So let's try something a little bit different. What about 8th of the 7th 12? We press enter. Again, it recognizes that that is a date. Next thing we're going to do is cost. So the first thing we're going to do is to put in the cost of food. And then the next cell, we're going to put in the cost of accommodation. Okay, now you'll notice that accommodation is too wide for that cell. What we can do is go to the header of that cell and just stretch it across, and that will make accommodation fit. Now we're going to put in the values that of the food, and these are numeric values, and that's the other bit of data that a cell can hold. So that's going to be $12.50. That was a cheap day. $29.45. Accommodation first day was $175. Second day it was $135.50. So there's our costs. Now under VCAR conventions for data, VCAR requires all dollar values to be at 2 decimal places, in other words at dollars and cents. So the way we do that is first of all select all those numerical values. Then we can right click on that selection, go to Format Cells. I'll just move it up here so you can see what we're doing. At the moment we don't have 2 decimal places, so we click on Number. Now it automatically sets 2 decimal places. We can change that if we want, but we do want 2, so that's okay. Now you'll notice that all of these have the format, or the convention which we're looking for. Now the problem is that convention also says that units need to be in the heading. So these are dollars, so in this heading here we need to have food followed by a bracket with a dollar sign to show that that's dollars. And the same for accommodation. Bracket, dollar, close bracket. Now we can see again that accommodation is too wide, so we can come up here and just stretch that cell again so that it fits in. Now the other problem is we notice that our headings are on the opposite side of the cell to our numbers. Labels are left justified, numbers are right justified. We can change where our labels sit. So we select those 2 labels and click on Right Justified. And finally, if we want our labels to stick out, we can actually select all of these labels and then go up to bold, and we now have bold labels. So that is the basics of spreadsheets.